Understanding the structure of an argument is critical for success on these GMAT critical reasoning questions. Let's take a look at another pattern that occurs in these question types. Whenever the evidence uses information about an individual or group to support a conclusion about a different group, you should ask the following question. Is the group in the evidence representative of the group in the conclusion? Representativeness problems often pop up when a survey, study, or research program is offered as evidence. Now let's try a representativeness question. This question stem asks, which of the following, if true, would most strengthen the argument above? So you need to find something that will support the conclusion in the stimulus. Now read through the stimulus. The conclusion is that it is unsafe to keep dogs as pets if one has small children. The evidence is that in recent years, Doberman attacks on small children have risen dramatically. Last year saw 35 such attacks in the continental United States alone, an increase of almost 21% over the previous year's total. That sounds like a really good reason not to have Dobermans if you have small children. The conclusion isn't just about Dobermans, though. It's about all dogs. So the assumption is that Dobermans represent all dogs. To strengthen this argument, you need to know that Dobermans are similar when it comes to biting kids to dogs in general. Catching that assumption makes the right answer leap out. E says, the behavior that Dobermans exhibit towards small children is representative of dogs in general. That almost exactly matches what you predicted. For the record, A is outside the scope of the stimulus. The reason for the Doberman attacks is irrelevant, so A is incorrect. B also falls outside the scope of the discussion. You're interested in dogs, not other household pets. C is irrelevant as well. If Doberman attacks continue to increase, then you can certainly conclude that Dobermans are unsafe to have around young children, but you still can't necessarily conclude that all dogs are unsafe in this regard. Finally, D is a 180, since it weakens rather than strengthens the argument. If the Doberman attacks cited as evidence could have been prevented with muzzles or leashes, then perhaps it would be safe to keep Dobermans and other dogs around small children as long as such safety measures are in place. So D is the opposite of what you need. Remember, when you're dealing with a representativeness question, make sure the small group represents the larger group. Or, if trying to weaken an argument that deals with representativeness, see if there's some way that the smaller group does not fairly represent the larger group. You'll get these questions correct every time.